Hello and welcome back to everyone's favorite podcast, The Educator's Playbook. My name is Irene Arias, and today we will be discussing the professional responsibilities and dispositions that are essential for effective teaching, and how I plan to grow as an educator. Let's get right into it. For our first question, we have, what attributes should professional educators obtain, and how should they behave? Well, professional educators should have integrity, empathy, compassion, respect, and overall, a lifelong devotion to learning and teaching. Teachers are responsible for creating a safe and inclusive environment where every student feels valued and supported. When we look at the College of Education professional disposition of learners, we see that educators should behave appropriately, maintain confidentiality, communicate professionally, and treat all students equitably, because not every student requires the same amount of attention. I hope to model this by acting with honesty, collaborating with my coworkers, doing self-reflection at the end of each lesson, and overall putting the best interests of my students first. For our second question, we have, how might teacher dispositions positively or negatively influence the growing of adolescents? Teacher dispositions have a great influence on students and their psychological and moral development. Teachers are looked at as role models, how to think with confidence, resilience, and think with a growth mindset. On the other hand, a teacher who is impatient, has bias towards certain students, and even low expectations can bring down a student's self-esteem and overall make them less motivated to do their work. As a future math teacher, I plan to promote a healthy moral development and create a class culture that values hard work, respect, honesty, collaboration, and intentional thinking. Seeing as math is one of the subjects that gets the short end of the stick, I will encourage making mistakes, working together on problems that may be difficult, and appreciate students who think outside of the box. For our third question, how will I ensure that I am showing multiple perspectives within my content area and allowing critical analysis from those multiple perspectives? Presenting multiple perspectives is an important part to effective teaching. In math specifically, it means showing that there are multiple problem-solving strategies, helping them understand how it applies to the real world, and allowing them to think creatively. I want my students to understand that there are multiple ways to solve each problem. That way, when they struggle maybe a little bit, they can find a different way to solve it. By encouraging these discussions and having respectful debates, each student will develop stronger analytical skills and become more of an independent thinker. For our fourth and final question, how do I plan to stay current with research, set professional learning goals, and participate in growing networks? I can recognize that an effective teacher requires constant growth. I plan to read journals that are up to date, attend workshops and meetings, and overall continue my research. As of now, my professional learning goals are to strengthen my technological skills for the sake of my students and myself, and to learn new ways to motivate students within mathematics. I also plan to collaborate with my colleagues and join teaching networks around the world where we can learn and share innovative teaching strategies with one another. Let's recap today's episode. In conclusion, I believe that professionalism, positive dispositions, and a commitment to lifelong learning and teaching are all essential for an effective educator. By modeling these values and continuously growing within my own education, I hope to create a classroom where students feel inspired, challenged, and supported to become confident learners and upstanding members of society. Thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you next time. Bye!